Hey, welcome to Review Studio. Just wanted to do a quick review of the Drop Control keyboard I've been using for the past 8 months. So I looked at some of the other reviews on YouTube and even some article reviews like Tom's Guide and YouTube reviews like Unbox Therapy. And the problem with those YouTube channels and publications is a lot of times they get these products sent to them to do a promotional review, and they use the product for all of 10 minutes or 30 minutes, or they just unbox it right there on the camera and then try to do a review of it, and they end up having very inaccurate conclusions without having actually used the product for an extended period of time. So I've used this keyboard daily for the last 8 months, and yeah, I would highly recommend it to anyone who's looking for a really solid, long-lasting, high-quality premium mechanical keyboard, or any beginner to intermediate mechanical keyboard enthusiasts. So one feature that we'll get into in a bit are the hot swappable switches. So it makes it really easy to actually swap your switches out and try different switches. So if that's something you think you may want to do in the future, you can save yourself a ton of time by getting this particular keyboard. So yeah, getting into it, it's a really impressive premium build quality. The body of the board is anodized aluminum. It's got these really nice rubber. They're a little bit dirty, but really nice rubber gripping feet. The keycaps themselves are double shot PBT. So it's a high quality plastic that doesn't get shiny with use nearly as fast as a cheaper plastic would. But yeah, like I mentioned, the hot swappable switches is a great feature. So I'll actually show you how that works real quick. They include a key switch grabber here and a keycap remover. So you can just pop off the keycap easily like so, and then this guy just grabs the switch, right? So you can pop these switches off and just replace them. You don't have to here, let's see if I can get that to focus. You don't have to solder anything or worry about anything like that. They just pop in and out, which is super nice. And there we go. Goes right back in. Yeah, and then this entire keyboard is literally made with convenience in mind. Some of the other pros are the dual, here I'll unplug this real quick, the dual USB connectors, right? So there's a USB connector on this side and on that side, which is super convenient because depending on what your desk setup looks like, if say there was only one on this side, I would have to run this cord. You might find yourself in a situation where you have to run a cord across the desk just to get connection into your keyboard. So it's really nice that this one gives you the option. That's a really underrated feature that I wish a lot of other keyboards would do. Another thing, and this is where I kind of had a problem with the Unbox Therapy review, which I love that channel, but Lou was complaining about these magnetic feet, which these are actually very strong magnets. You can see they're almost hard to take off. And just little stuff like this branding on the bottom of the magnet that you would normally not even see is super nice. But they're adjustable. You can put them in the front or in the back. You can turn them around whichever way. But they're very strong premium magnets that are very easy to snap into place. But on Unbox Therapy, he was like complaining or worried and that he says he moves his keyboard around a lot, right? And it is a heavy keyboard, but he was worried that if you moved the keyboard, the magnetic feet would come undone, right? And I've used this keyboard for 8 months, and that's not even, I mean, you would have to move your keyboard. I can't even get it to do that if I try. And if I was just moving my keyboard around, they stay in place and they slide. That is not an issue whatsoever. I think that comes from just somebody, you know, unboxing it and using it right there on the spot and trying to do a review. So yeah, that's definitely a great feature. The other thing with this keyboard is the RGB lighting. Super easy to use. I saw the Tom's Guide article review said that the RGB was really confusing to program and to use. It's really not whatsoever. It kicks on. This is the default RGB setting as soon as you plug it in, and it's literally as simple as pressing down function and then using A or D to cycle between. So this is no RGB, and then as you cycle through, there's several presets, right? And I prefer the white RGB. This is usually how I use it, just as a white backlit keyboard. It's great for at night. I have only 2 complaints about this keyboard. One would be there's a slight pinkish red tinge to this RGB setting, and I know that's common in a lot of RGB lighting, but it's even more apparent on video than it is in real life. But I would have liked to see pure white. That's getting pretty nitpicky. The other thing is, again, getting nitpicky, I would have loved a braided cable, but that is something that's really easy to replace and really cheap to replace. This one you can see is getting kind of worn here from scratching against my computer case here. So I would have loved to see a braided cable, but I can't, think of many keyboards that do come with braided cables, and that's something that a lot of people like to customize on their own anyways, and they would just be replacing the braided one that it comes with. So I understand not including a braided cable. I'm gonna get one here soon, just because this is starting to wear a little bit and look bad. Yeah, other than that, I'll show you I already showed you the switch remover and the keycap puller. This is a pretty nice keycap puller for just coming with the keyboard here. You don't see many that are that nice. Usually they're like small and plastic. Here's the actual box. Let's see if I can fit the whole thing in the frame here. But yeah, I mean, the unboxing experience is pretty basic. It just comes with everything in a styrofoam sheet here, as well as, the manuals or whatever. So I showed you the RGB cycle. I'll let you listen to it typing. These are the Cherry MX Blue switches. You can also choose from Halo switches or Kaihua switches, I believe is how they're pronounced. But there are several options available either through the Drop website, which they only run production on these every so often, a few times a year, or you can find them on Amazon, and you just have to search for the specific switch type that you'd want. But yeah, I'll just do a little typing here. Sorry, I'm reaching around my camera, so it's not going to be the greatest, but you can hear the Cherry MX Blue switches are great. Brown, Fox, red. Nice tactile clicky feedback. I've not had any issues whatsoever with quality or performance. Every time I've ever clicked a key in the last 8 months, it's gone through. and I haven't had any mistakes or any switches die or any connections mess up. Everything works perfectly as you'd expect it. Yeah, that about covers it. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. The other keyboard, I guess the sister keyboard to this one, this is the Drop Control keyboard. There is the Drop Alt, which is a smaller keyboard and just takes away these functional buttons, these top buttons, and then just moves these arrow keys over into the board. It's more compact, more portable. But if you're looking for a really portable keyboard, this one might be a little bit heavy, to be honest. It is a heavy keyboard. That being said, it comes with that, high quality. If you do buy this through the Drop website or Amazon, I think too, you get a 1-year warranty. This one's still under warranty, so that's nice to know, but I have not had any issues. I haven't heard of any issues with it. Yeah, and that's about it. There also is so this is the floating keycap version. So there is a high profile where the board comes up over the keycaps and the keycaps rest down in the board. So you can search for that as well. But yeah, there's tons of customizable variations in terms of what switches you get or what board you get or what size board you get. You can go with the Drop Control. The Drop Alt is very similar, just a smaller board. Yeah, thanks for watching it, and I appreciate it. And please do like, comment, and subscribe if this was a useful video. Thanks.